Good morning everyone. I hope you're having an amazing day. This is Karan here back with another video. In this video, I'm going to cover my journey to Offensive Securities OSCP certificate. So many of you have reached out to me and you wanted to know my views and opinions on this course and certificate. So since I now have my YouTube channel, I thought why don't I make a video on this? So what you can expect from this video? Well, I will be covering the course overview. Who should do this course and who shouldn't, what sort of skills one should have prior to signing up for this course, how to get the most out of this course, what to do to tackle the labs, and how to prepare for the exam and what you exactly need to do prior to your exam day. So this is what you can expect in this video. And I'm hoping that end of the day, you would find this video useful if you are an existing OSCP student or you're going to register for this beautiful certificate. Well, so before we start, a quick disclaimer. Opinions expressed are solely my own and do not express the views or opinions of my employer. And views expressed here are not supported by any company or organization. So with this out of the way, let's get into it. So let's talk about the course overview. So for this, let's head over to Offensive Securities website and look at what this course is all about. As you can see, the name of the course itself is Penetration Testing Training with Kali Linux, PWK for short. And as you can see, the course delivery method is online. Means you can buy and you can register for this course online. In regards to the cost, as you can see, probably the basic price for the OSCP is 800 USD. But let's actually look at the pricing structure quickly. Here you can see the USD 800 bucks gives you obviously the course material, plus it gives you a 30-day of lab access, and also an exam attempt as well. And then, obviously you can pay $200 extra and you would get another 1 month of labs. And yeah, the rest would be pretty much the same. So when you register for this course, you can register online. What I would recommend, say you want to register for the course, probably say 2 weeks after, you should actually send them Offensive Security an email today, because they do take about 10 to 12 days or so before they can give you the registration and before they can give you your course material and stuff. Also, just a quick one around the exam retake fees. So say for example, you fail your first exam attempt, the next exam attempt is for 150 USD. So this is about, the course structure. I just want to quickly cover who should do this course in the first place. Well, this course is for someone, who is looking for a structured training in penetration testing field. You need to be passionate about information security prior to signing up for this course, because this course definitely demands that information security penetration testing type of passion. So definitely, so I would recommend that, you are a passionate information security individual. Also, you are someone who wants to get their hands dirty. This course is not for someone, if you're just looking to do, like a theory-based course. Like, it's not about you just reading through the slides and you're just sort of grasping the concept of information security. This course actually tests your skills, your knowledge, and everything. So this course is for someone who like to get their hands dirty with actual penetration testing. Also, this course is targeted at, if you're an existing penetration tester and you want to further enhance your skills, you can also choose to do this course. And obviously someone, who's looking to try new things, who's willing to learn new things, and who can think outside of the box, this course is for those people as well. And again, not to forget, you're not afraid to write codes. You're not afraid to fix errors, because this is really, really important for someone who wants to sign up for this course. Similarly, who shouldn't do this course? Well, if you are someone who only wants to read through the slides, as I said previously, and you don't really like doing hands-on stuff, so this course may not be well suited for you. You may be someone who has always avoided coding, right? This course may not be for you either. And also someone who hates the word try harder. You are someone, who want things pretty instantly, and you just want to, see the things work. But this might not be the course for you then, if you are not willing to try harder. Also, just want to mention, if you lack that passion about information security or penetration testing in general, this course might not be for you either, because as I said before, this course definitely demands that passion. So definitely you have to carry that passion with you when you register for this course. And last but not least, this is very sad, makes me really sad. If you're really looking to cheat your way through to earn this certificate, well, this course may not be for you. You may be, shouldn't just register or don't even bother to sign up for this course. I don't want to waste any more time, but that I just wanted to mention this point there. Okay. So let's talk about the prerequisites. Like what sort of skills one should have prior to signing up for this course. Well, in my opinion, you should have at least a general understanding of the OSI model. In OSI model, there are 7 different layers. I believe you should be aware of those 7 layers. I'm not asking you to master all of those layers, but at least you should have some good grasp of that on the OSI model. Also, having some networking background would be really, really helpful, because this course has got some really decent topics around network security and how you can leverage those skills to do, your hacking and stuff. So definitely some networking background will be really, really helpful. Also, the general IP addressing stuff, different type of classes, subnetting, that sort of knowledge would also be very, very good if you have that. As I mentioned before, some coding experience would be really good. You can say, if you have some C background, C++ background, Python background, or maybe some Ruby and any language you have some experience in, would be a really, really big plus. Why I'm saying this? Because throughout the course you will come across a different type of code, and if you have that level of experience or some knowledge in that field, it's definitely gonna make your life so much easier. So having that experience would definitely count. Last but not least, having some general administration around Linux and Windows-based operating systems would be a good plus. And someone who is really comfortable typing bash commands or even Windows command line experience would be also very beneficial. So you shouldn't be afraid of typing Windows CLI based commands and Linux based commands. So yeah, so these are the prerequisites that I believe one should have prior to signing up for this course. But again, as per Offensive Security's website, well, you don't need to have all of these things as a part of your prerequisites. But then again, my opinion, because I've done this course a couple of years ago, I think having that experience would be very, very helpful for you. Again, a quick way to check where you stand in regards to your skill. Let's head over to Offensive Security's website again one more time. See guys, what you can do is by going to Offensive Security's website, I would highly recommend that you download or you look at the full syllabus of this course. I've just opened it up here. My advice is for people who are looking to sign up for this course is to go through all of the course content. It's probably around 11 pages. So go through the course syllabus, look at, keep a note of something, make a note of on the things that you are comfortable with, like all of the topics that are listed in the syllabus, and make a note of things you probably are not comfortable with and you probably need more, you may need to brush up your skills in those areas. Make a note on that as well. So what you can do is, prior to registering for the course, you can just simply go ahead and can brush up those skills. And when you sort of start your course, you will be comfortable in those areas. So this will be my advice to someone who is looking to signing up for this course. Right. So this is like, your own self-assessment. You can always look to check where you stand in regards to your skills. So preparation. As I said in the first slide, that this is an online course. You register online. You will receive your course material once your application regarding the registration is accepted by Offensive Security. And you will receive your course material via email. And then again, since this course is like full hands-on course, you will have access to the labs, and we will now talk about how to prepare for this course and how I actually prepared for this course while I was doing my OSCP. So what I used to do when I received my course, I used to go through the slides. To be honest, I spent probably 2 weeks to go through the material, and I found it, that it actually helped me that way. So I actually went through the slides as soon as possible, and obviously, along with the slides, you will also receive probably 4 to 6 hours long videos as well. Let's just quickly check what's included in the course material when you sign up anyways. Oh yeah, here you go. So to support your journey, as they say, you'll receive around 8 hours of video series and 350 page long course guide. You have active student forums. I will talk about this in a little bit later. And obviously you will have access to the virtual lab environment. So in regards to the preparation, as I said, I did all of the course guide in 2 weeks time. When I signed up for the course, I signed up for 60 days. And then the first 2 weeks were just fully, totally dedicated to the course material. And then while I was doing going through my course material, I was also doing my own research on the side as well for some of the topics that were like really new to me, and so even in some of the areas where I wasn't comfortable in. So, I would spend probably, say, even when I was at work, during breaks, I would probably utilize that time to do my, little bit research, just not losing the touch. Yeah, so that sort of stuff you can definitely choose to do as well. But again, you may have your own methodology how to tackle this particular beast. Okay, so again, as I said, you do get access to the labs. That's probably the beautiful and the best part of the course. So the labs are, obviously hosted in Offensive Security's environment. And the way you connect to the labs is through the VPN. When you receive your course material, you will also receive your VPN configuration and all of the details that you need to connect to your labs. And my advice is, while you are doing your or preparing for the course, don't delay the labs. Try to do the labs as soon as possible, because with this, what's going to happen is it's just going to reinforce your learning. So whatever you have learned from the course, it's going to help you apply that learning in the labs. So my advice to you is don't delay the labs. Try to either do your course material while you're doing your labs, or just get onto the labs as soon as you can. Another thing I want to mention is like having a study buddy. So please don't take me wrong here. What I mean by having a study buddy means is that just, as I said, like there is a offensive security forum available, like on IRC channel that they run. You can talk to people, but then see, you have to be very mindful when you talk to people. There are a few rules of thumb. First one, see, you cannot ruin the labs for other people. Don't just try to reach out to someone and just start asking, how do I hack this particular box? Or, I'm getting so frustrated, like I just don't know what to do with this and all of that. See, having a study buddy means, you talk to someone and you sort of say, you compare your notes and just try to work with someone in such a way that you're not ruining the course material, the labs, and even the exam with anyone, right? So just find that balanced approach. That thing also gonna work really well when you ask the offensive security admins to help you with a particular box as well. See, those guys are professional. They're not gonna spill any beans. What they are waiting for you to say is, so they are waiting on the other side to give them as much information as possible. They're not gonna say any single word, from their side, as long as they have enough information from you. They will definitely give you a nudge, but don't expect them to, exactly give you the whole vector around how to hack a particular box. So that's another thing to keep in mind. You will always hear from them, try harder. And again, I'm telling you, don't get frustrated on that. It's gonna teach you so many different things. It's gonna teach you so many new tricks. I bet. Another thing, don't forget to take your notes. While you're doing your labs, always take notes. Whatever you're trying on a particular box, always take notes. When we get to the lab section, we will talk about the labs in more details, but these are just my preparation tips to you. So while you're doing your labs, while you're going through your course material, try to take as many notes as possible. Share your knowledge with others. What I mean by that, try to, when you're learning new things, it always helps when you try to probably explain something to someone. So maybe when you say you're working in an organization, you may be a full-time employee, or you may not be a full-time employee, you may be a student. If you learn something new through the course, try to talk to someone. You talk to your colleagues, maybe you talk to your friends, like people who are passionate about these things. Again, I'm not telling you to tell them how you hacked a particular box or what to do in exam or anything like that. What I'm telling you, say, you learned something, a cool thing about a netcat, or you learned something about proxy chains and things like that. Try to tell that to someone, try to explain that to someone. And with that, you will actually reinforce your learning. Try to, as I said, keep notes. You may do some presentation in your work if that's a possibility around some of the topics that you have learned while going through your course material. And again, last but not least, and I can't really stress this enough, please do not ruin the labs or any sort of exam details with any of the students. I've seen this happening. Please do not do this. If someone is trying to do something, if someone is trying to get to you and trying to share this information with you or forcing you to disclose some of these things, I would highly recommend that you go to offensive security with that. And please don't ruin this for anyone else. Thank you. I just wanted to mention that there. Okay. Next thing, let's talk about the labs. Just before we dive into it, personal note, when I did my OSCP, I spent 7 months in the labs. the way I used to do these labs, like, again, don't call me crazy or anything. I was just sort of addicted to these labs. And my fair warning to you, you may be addicted to these labs as well. Probably one of the best labs that I've ever encountered in my whole information security career, to be honest. Okay, so the way I used to do my labs, obviously I was a full-time employee while I was doing my OSCP. So the only time I could do my labs was when I was at home or over the weekend. So what I used to do every day, once I've gone through my course material, I will get home by say 5:30 or 6. I'll have my dinner as soon as possible, and then I would spend at least 2.5 to 3 hours every night through the weekdays, and then during the weekend I will spend as much time as possible while doing my labs. Again, this may work for you or this may not. Again, it all comes down to your experience, your skills. I've known people, I've seen people, I knew people while I was doing this course who only signed up for 30 days of lab time, and then they successfully managed to pass the course. But for me, obviously, some of the things were like really, really new to me. So I spent as much time as possible in the labs, trying to learn as much as I could. So yeah, that's just my story with the labs. Okay, let's talk about labs in a bit more detail. Again, it's probably the best thing about the course. Whatever is taught in the course guide, you're not gonna regret spending even a single minute in the labs. So again, I can't stress this enough. There are a number of machines to hack. Let's take a quick look at what's the topology of the labs. I'm sure we have it here somewhere. Yeah, so this again from Offensive Security's website. As you can see, this is how the lab network sort of looks like. It's up to you to figure it out how many machines are there, but this is how the lab environment looks like. You're gonna have so much fun while doing these labs. Okay. So yeah, so again, putting your theory to test through these labs, because labs are fully hands-on. And again, make yourself ready for fun and frustration. There's gonna be time, I'm telling you now, that you are just banging your head on the wall and you're not getting anywhere. My suggestion to you is, if you find yourself in that situation, try to take a step back. Because I've seen people, myself, but not just people, while I was going through the labs, man, sometimes things will just not work. Things will just not click. One day you are just rooting boxes after boxes, but one day, like, the simple script won't run. You like in one sort of the phase that I had during the labs, for a couple of weeks, I couldn't root a single box or couldn't hack anything. And at that time, I realized that I just have to take a step back. I was just putting too much pressure on myself, and just things weren't clicking. So my advice to you is, if you find yourself in this situation, take a step back, go out for a walk or something, drink some water, have some coffee, just move away from the labs, and then come back with a fresh mindset, and things will fall in place. And again, don't forget to do your research in the areas that you need to sort of brush up in. So that's my advice to you. The way the labs are sort of structured, again, let's talk about the labs quickly. So what happens is, you obviously sign up for the labs, you connect to the labs, and the key, the key goal for the labs is that you want to get highest privilege possible on the lab targets. So say, for example, if you're on a Linux box, so your main goal, or so your end goal should be to get the root privileges. if you're on a Windows box, your end goal should be to get administrator level privileges. And while you're doing your labs, while you're sort of, going through these labs, you'll be picking trophies on the way that are, available on those lab machines. So you will be picking those trophies up, which will be like a proof that yes, you have done this lab, you have done this particular box, and here's the proof in regards to trophies that you've collected while you did that particular machine. And again, my advice to some people who may be really experienced in this field and wanting to do the OSCP course is that if you have hacked a machine in one way, try to find if there is another vector that this machine can be hacked with. I tried to do that on some of the boxes, and probably you may find this useful if you're also try to do these things as well. And again, I'm not gonna forget mentioning it here either. Do not forget to take your notes, because you want to keep your notes handy, because obviously, you're going to try so many different things in the labs. You're going to try so many different tricks. And again, as I said, there are going to be heaps of machines to hack, and you want to make sure that you have enough knowledge about every single box. And the way you're going to keep that knowledge handy is through your notes. So yeah, please keep your notes handy. That'll be my suggestion to you. Exam. Well, see, prior to my offensive security certification, I always used to think that, the Cisco's CCI type of exams used to be really, really difficult. I myself is not CCI, but that's what I used to hear from people. But when I signed up for offensive security's OSCP course, and when I first looked at the course contents and found that, it's a 24-hour long exam, man, I had I was excited and scared at the same time. So yeah, so exam is, just to sort of let you know, so it's a 24-hour long exam, and it is no joke, to be honest. I'm not gonna spill any beans, so I'm just gonna talk generally about the exam, what it may entail, in few bits and pieces. My recommendation to you is, once you are comfortable, once you have hacked enough machines in the lab, and you feel like that you're comfortable now and you're ready for the exam, that's when you should go for the exam. Remember, there is a one free attempt included in your exam fee. And the next exam attempt, say for example, if you fail the first one, is 150 USD. Right? So make sure that you're ready before you tackle the exam. It's always, you always want to get this title as soon as possible, but I don't want you to rush it. Take your time, try to learn as many skills as possible before you sign up for the exam. Next thing, this exam will definitely test your technical skills, your creativity, and obviously your problem solving skills. What I mean by that is, whatever skills that you're going to learn through the labs with your own research as well, they will all come in play when you're going to tackle this exam. So make sure that you're comfortable with all the skills that you're learning, the new topics that you're learning. You're getting some hands-on experience as well in the labs, right? Another key thing is that you should be patient. You should have some patience, and you are someone who can perform under pressure, right? It's gonna test all of that. It's gonna test your patience, and it's gonna test how you perform under pressure. Once you register for the exam and it's an exam day and the clock is ticking and you're not able to do something what you're wanting to do in the exam, well, that's when that pressure and the patience gonna come in play. again, as I mentioned during the labs, do exactly the same thing. Take a step away, take a step back, go out for a walk and stuff like that. And things will click. Again, we will cover that in the exam day slide, but just want to mention that here. As part of the exam requirement, you're required to submit a professional penetration testing report. I can't stress this enough. Another thing which is key here is that people who are signing up for the exam or people who are appearing for the exam, my recommendation to you is to read the exam guide. When you sign up for the exam, you will receive your exam guide through the email, and do not forget what they mention in the exam guide. They are really, really clear in regards to what's expected of you in the exam report. So make sure that you provide all of that information that they ask you to, right? So yeah, and again, I submit a professional penetration test report. Another thing, those of you who are taking probably this exam this year, the Offensive Security Professional exam is now proctored. I'm not gonna go into too much detail because all of this information is available on Offensive Security's website. Let's have a quick look here. You can go to offensivesecurity.com/proctoring. You have all of this information regarding what you need in regards to the hardware, software, and how the proctoring actually works for this exam. Just in the nutshell, Offensive Security want you to stream the whole attempt while you're doing your exam. So someone from the Offensive Security side of OffSec staff will be sitting and observing you while you are doing your exam attempt. Also, they want you to share your screen while you're doing your exam. So that's what the proctoring is all about. And again, this isn't something Offensive Security just came up overnight. This is obviously, a very well tested process before they've implemented it. I knew this from last few years that they were working on it. And I think it was time to implement this proctoring for Offensive Security Professional exam to keep this certificate's integrity and credibility for sure. And again, as I said, all the information is available on their website. There's a very good FAQ as well, which pretty much answers all of your questions. So again, I'm not gonna go through all of these, but again, feel free to go and check it out. Right. So exam is proctored, cool. Someone will keep an eye on you while you attempt your exam. In my opinion, it's really, really good. But again, everyone has their own opinions. And again, yeah, it's a well-tested process. It'll be Offensive Security staff who will be, obviously keeping an eye on you while you're doing your exam. And obviously they'll be the one who'd be looking at your screen share as well while you're attempting your exam. Right, so that's all about the exam. Exam day. So this is for someone who is looking to, it's your exam day. You signed up for the exam, and you're just, eagerly waiting for it to start. So some of the tips that I want to share with you, hopefully you find these tips helpful. Again, make sure that you get enough sleep the day before your OSCP exam. I know it can be really hard. It was really hard for me as well. And that's why I had to appear twice to clear my OSCP. I failed the first time and I learned from my mistakes, and I managed to clear it in my next attempt. And I'm not ashamed of that. It was great learning, to be honest. The more you fail, the more you learn. That's what I believe in regards to the OSCP attempts. Right, so make sure that you have enough sleep the day before. Wherever you're going to be attempting your exam from, make sure the location is comfortable, the seat is comfortable, and you're comfortable in that environment. See, the environment plays a really important role where you're sitting and stuff. So make sure that, you don't just go into like a foreign environment. You've never been there before, and this is like the first time you've been there and you're going to attempt OSCP, right? My OSCP exam. My recommendation will be that, just choose a comfortable location, and obviously like have like a good chair, a comfortable chair, because obviously, you're going to spend heaps of time in front of that computer and on that chair. And again, make sure, your loved ones give you enough coffee. You've got a good cookies backup, and brownies. I just used to love these even during my lab times and when I was doing my exam as well. So make sure you've got all of this beforehand. Play some nice music in the background. Don't just stress out. Just enjoy the whole thing. Just play some decent music in the background and enjoy. Just enjoy the things you're facing through the exam. And again, tell your family and friends beforehand that you're going on a mission. And people who are employed, obviously, you have to let your employer know that you're also going on a mission as well, because 24-hour exam is a no joke. Tell me how many industry certificate require you to do this, right? This is a cool certificate. On the exam day, as I said previously, if you had been listening to me, I hope that you have all of your notes handy, because these notes, the notes that you've taken throughout the course and throughout your journey, are going to come into play today, right? On this exam day. Make sure these notes are, quickly accessible, searchable, and all of that. Have a backup laptop if possible. I can't stress this enough. Make sure that you have a backup laptop. If something happens during the exam, to be honest, I don't want you to waste those hours just figuring things out, stressing yourself more out if your primary laptop stops working. Always have a backup laptop, especially while attempting these sort of exams, right? So keep that backup laptop handy. Take regular breaks. See, one thing I want to mention here is, because in your exam, they're going to give you the targets to hack or whatever is mentioned in your exam guide. If you're feeling like, you are hitting, your head against the wall, you can't figure out things are not going well, things are not really working out, just take a step back. Go out, get some fresh air, drink some water, maybe go for like 5 or 10 minutes walk and come back, right? Things will fall in place. So don't just overthink everything. Take a deep breath. If things are not working, that's fine. See, what that tells you is that you are trying, right? You are trying different things. That's what is adding up to your learning and experience, right? That's what adding up to your skills. Who cares if things are not working? Who cares if a particular exploit isn't, firing a low privilege shell or higher privilege shell against the target? Just like take a break, deep breath, go away, come back, and see, you will have a different perspective. Again, throughout the exam, enjoy the frustration. Why I'm saying this? Because this is the time during the exam again, this is where your patience, your technical skills, your creativity, how can you think outside of the box, is going to come into play. And I'll definitely want to say that all of the frustrations that you're going to face in the exam or in the labs will be worth end of the day. Definitely. And not to mention, just another thing that I want to add is, don't just waste your time on a single target while you're attempting the exam. Try to rotate your targets. I'm not going to tell you how many targets they're going to give you, but whatever they give you in the exam, move one after the other. Like if you're hitting the wall on one target, don't waste hours on one target. Probably spend 15 to 20 minutes or even 30 minutes on one target and then move to the next one, right? Don't just waste all of your time on a single target. That's all for me for the exam day regarding the exam and all of this. Look, let's talk about my overall experience and what I think about this course and the certificate and the labs and all the experience that I gained from this course. Look, in my opinion, this is probably one of the best penetration testing training courses out there or available online. It's got like one of the best labs that I ever sort of came across or I did in a particular course. As I said, I spent 7 months in the labs, pretty much hacking every single day, right? And till date, like I did this course like a couple of years ago, and till date, I still miss them. And it actually makes me want to go back to the labs. It is just because of my day job and I'm just not able to do it. But as soon as I get time, I will definitely be going back to the labs again. I still miss them, definitely miss them every single day. See, those of you who are looking to sign up for this course or people who have already signed up for this course, see, my advice to you is this is the journey that's probably gonna change your life, right? It definitely has changed mine. Throughout this journey, while I was doing my OSCP course, the student forums that they have, the IRC channel that Offensive Security has, I've got so many friends from that channel. I've got so many friends throughout this journey, and I still talk to those guys. Some of them are really, really good friends. Some of them are, I've met them face to face. This is going to be such a great journey. So I want to add to this is that, be nice to other students. You never know. There may be a really good employer hanging around on the IRC channel, right? Who knows? They may hire you. So it's always nice to chat with people. And again, don't forget, don't ruin the labs or the exam or anything related to the course to anyone, please. Enjoy this journey, what you're going to learn in this course. Just enjoy it. Enjoy every single moment and don't rush it. Don't rush this journey. End of the day, you're gonna gain a true attacker's perspective, regardless what your background was. If you come from the blue team, if you come from a development background and you never sort of did penetration testing before, this course will change it. This course will change your perspective once you've completed it. You will just look at things differently, right? So keep that in mind. You're gonna learn a true attacker's perspective, definitely. Last but not the least, earn this certificate. Don't just get it, earn it. The only way you can earn it by trying harder in the labs, by trying harder in your own research, by trying harder, by trying hard at sharing your knowledge with other people, right? So this is the journey that will definitely help you with your penetration testing skills. It will definitely help you in your information security journey. This might not land you a penetration testing job the next day or so, right? This shouldn't be your expectations when you are signing up for this course. But this course will teach you everything that you need to be a penetration tester. It will teach you your own methodology that you will come up with and heaps of skills. Look guys, this is my honest opinion on this course. This was my own view. And yeah, and I hope you find this video useful. People who are looking to signing up for this course, or students who have already signed up, or even like, you know, if you've already done OSCP, it's always good to share those memories. And again, like it's I always, you know, it reminds me of my time when I did my OSCP, and until date I still miss my journey that I've gone through, but it was really, really beautiful. I wish you all the very best, those of you who are going to sign up for this course, those of you who have signed up, and those of you who are going to attempt the exam. And I hope you find this video useful. And please subscribe to my channel if you would like to see these type of videos more. And yeah, just feel free to reach out to me via the comment section on my Twitter if you have any questions. And yeah, have a great rest of the day, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you very much.